what to have for dinner. So I was just thinking, I was looking at this red Lodge pot sitting on my stove, and although fall is here, it doesn't feel very much like fall. So I decided I'm just going to make some chili, just because I love chili, and I love the thought of afterwards smoking that chili for about an hour just to get that really deep smoky flavor to my chili. So here I am cutting up some vegetables. It's hard to see. Oh, that's actually bacon right there. Chopping up a little bacon. I had some pastured bacon, a small amount that chopped up. We're going to put in that. So we want to just put the basic things together. I'm not following any recipe here. You notice I'm not really measuring anything. I got a few cloves of garlic. On the garlic, we want to crush that stuff early. It needs to sit for about 15 minutes before we start cooking it, because that releases the compound allicin in the garlic that really is of much benefit to the body. So we want to do that early on and just let it sit off to the side. So that's one of the first things I'm doing there. And then this is all part of my technique of cooking for nutrition. So this is some grass-fed, some pastured beef here. I cooked the bacon in here, chopped up, and rendered some fat out, and then I went ahead and threw my grass-fed ground beef. That's about 2 pounds right there. You can use whatever amount you have available, 1 pound. I like a lot of meat in my chili, and I'm just gonna stir that around and get it to it becomes about medium rare. I don't want to overcook this because it's going to go into that hot chili later and it's going to cook it just a little bit more. So I'm going to start building my sauce here. I've removed the meat from the cooking pot, and I've got poured some wine in, about a half a cup. I threw my vegetables in the pot. Now I'm adding the organic tomato sauce. This has got some herbs already mixed in with it as well. You can see the okra and the carrots all chopped up in there. I'm going to build this up. I'm going to add about 4 to 6 cups of filtered water to this as well. Get it all stirred up and let this simmer. I'm going to add some kale, some chopped kale coming up here. And then about a teaspoon of organic cocoa powder, unsweetened. It's always good in chili if you have that on hand. And you can see the ingredients there are coming together. Got a lot of vegetables in this chili, and it's going to have a lot of meat in it after it cooks, after the vegetables soften up and cook down a little bit. You see it simmering there, getting ready to add the meat and the roasted garlic coming up. So I'm going to put that in there, and I let it cool down just a little bit, but it's still hot enough. It's going to cook that meat just a little bit more, but I don't want it to cook too much. I like a medium rare meat in my chili. It's just more flavorful and healthy that way when you're using good quality meat. And I'm going to stir this up, let it all combine. I'm not cooking it anymore. I've got the fire turned off, and let it cool off just enough. I'm going to carry it outdoors to the outdoor grill, and this is my bonus here. I'm going to add some smoke flavoring to it naturally. I've got a cold smoking tube going there with some applewood pellets, I believe, on this one. And I'm going to let that sit on there for about an hour total. I'm going to go occasionally and stir it up, and it just gives a nice subtle smokiness to this chili. It's easy to do. It's not cooking it anymore. It's just giving the right amount of smoke seasoning to this chili. And you see I'm stirring it there, combining it, and by that time the chili is actually cooled off and smoky and ready to eat. I'll post the recipe at the end of this video. Thank you for watching.